back to the show. So, what's been going on? Recession looming, energy bills spiralling. So what's the MP for West Suffolk done?
I'm a former health secretary. Get me out of here. Matt Hancock signs up for the jungle.
Matt Hancock sees this as the perfect opportunity to engage with some 12 million viewers on ITV.
Leaving his party and Prime Minister fuming and relatives of coronavirus victims furious.
I'm not surprised. Matt Hancock isn't a celebrity. He's a human skid mark. They should change the name of the show to this. I'm an incompetent fuckwit who broke my own social distancing rules by cheating on my wife. Get me out of here. Exactly, man. I hope he gets rinsed. And it's not just me. Listen to this quote from one of his own colleagues.
I'm looking forward to him eating kangaroo penis. You can quote me on that.
Damn right. Damn right. His mouth will have more dick in it than a Channel 4 documentary. The phone lines are going to melt. Hello? Is that Anton Jack? Yeah, feed him every animal bollock you can find. Your own. He'll be doing every single Bush Tucker trial for two reasons. One, his appalling reign as health secretary. And two, imagine the faces he'll pull. Christ, if a football makes him do this. God knows what koala anus will do. It's so ridiculous. Have you seen why he said he's gone in?
His decision to join the reality TV show I'm a Celebrity is his way of showing us his human side.
His human side? Have you seen how he walks? He looks like a zombie going for a job interview. He's so odd. Normal people don't stand next to women like this.
Parliamentary candidate for Warrington North Conservative Party. It's been absolutely fantastic being here this morning with Matt Hancock.
He does that to Mike Tyndall, he'll knock his teeth out. Hancock is so deluded. Have you seen why he said it's the right time for him to go to the jungle? He feels able to do so now because the government is stable. What? The UK government is as stable as this bloke. There's more. Listen to this ridiculous justification for going on the show.
It's a politician's job to go where the people are, not to sit in ivory towers in Westminster.
Where the people are? Your constituency is West Suffolk, and you've pissed off to Australia. The only person glad you're 10,000 miles away is this lady. He wasn't done. Check out this mesmerising bit of bullshit.
Mr. Hancock thinks it's a good way of promoting his work on dyslexia. He also has a book out.
Exactly. Promoting his work on dyslexia. How is that going to help dyslexics?
Mummy, I've just seen Matt Hancock on TV, and now I can spell the word wanker. Thanks, Matt.
Crazy, man. This is the part of the story that shocked me most.
The Tory party whip was taken from him pretty much immediately after the news broke, but Matt Hancock will still receive his MP salary.
He's still getting paid. Exactly, man. You're right to make that noise like you're dying inside. Listen to that man, Matt. You've turned him into a cow. That's how angry people are. Some people can't afford heating, and we're paying for him to get a fucking suntan. And what makes it worse, there are reports he's also getting a fee of 400 grand. The country's not stable, but his bank balance is. Never mind eating animal balls, we should get the animals to jack off straight into his mouth. And I've watched that. Let's be honest, his political career is over. He's going to spend the rest of his life doing shows like this.
Here we go.
Cook your fucking dish and shut your fat mouth! Look at his eating, look.
Have you got enough in there?
Could you give us some indication that you're here? Could you make a noise?
Can we go now? Please, please, please.
Go?
Fuck that!
This is going to be special. So go on.
Elsewhere this week, distressing news for the future of humanity.
The COP27 climate summit has begun in Egypt with dire warnings about the state of the planet.
According to the UN, we need to almost halve emissions by 2030. At the moment, they're still rising. We are on track for warming of almost 3 degrees centigrade, a catastrophe for humanity.
Terrifying. So how long did Rishi Sunak stay at this 2-week conference to save the planet? The Prime Minister flew into Egypt for just 1 day. See ya! Apparently he had to get back to about 800 times for Hancock to eat wallaby scrotum. What blew my mind, what was this guy doing in Egypt?
Wonderful to be here in Sharm, an amazing privilege. I got up early this morning, as I'm sure many of you did, and I swam off the coral reefs.
No one cares! Why was he there? He's not Prime Minister, and he fell asleep at the last one. I mean, did you see his speech? Did he reflect the gravity of the situation? No, he spoke utter bollocks.
6 billion gigatons we're taking out of the atmosphere, which would otherwise be swaddling our planet in a great eiderdown of heat.
What are you talking about? We're on the brink of catastrophe and he's banging on about duvets. Keep it simple. Like Crystal Palace footballer Michael Elise. His post-match interview this week was as efficient as it gets.
Just talk us through it.
Through what the goal. I think Wolf passed me the ball, shot, scored.
Nice and brief. But it was a moment that captured the game, that won the game. And what's the feeling like when the ball does hit the back of the net?
It was a good feeling.
Do you feel you deserved it overall?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, the real reason Boris left the country is because he's running away from this.
The public inquiry into the COVID pandemic has asked to see WhatsApp messages sent by Boris Johnson when he was Prime Minister, along with details of communications by other senior officials.
Now, you're not going to believe this, but I've pulled some strings. I've managed to actually get hold of the... It's true. Of the real WhatsApp messages Boris sent during COVID. Hey, Chris Whitty, old boy, please click on this link. For fuck's sake, Prime Minister, this is serious. Chill out there, guys, and get down to the party. I just want naked Skittles. Whee! That was definitely real. Now, incredibly, did you see who wasn't allowed to go to Egypt? King Charles blocked from attending COP27 by Rishi Sunak. It's ridiculous. Charles, who's cared about the environment all his life, can't go, but Boris, a man who looks after animals like he's taking a shit, is absolutely fine. So, did Charles mope about Rishi's decisions? Nope. He hosted his own COP27 event at Buckingham Palace. Yay! Take that, Rishi! You're not my real dad! Yeah, that's right. You might want to check into an STD clinic because you just got fucked. Elsewhere this week. Apparently that's exactly what he said. Elsewhere this week, this confectionery decision nearly caused civil war.
Now, our next story is nothing short of controversial. It's coming up to the festive season, so it's time to get out the tub of celebrations. Other chocolates are available. Except this year, you might not find a Bounty.
That's right. They've taken a few gasps over there. They've taken Bounties out of boxes of celebrations, and some people lost their mind.
I am not amused. I am a huge fan of those guys, and I draw the line.
Jesus! She sounds like she's going to kill someone. It was worse at Loose Women. It nearly started a riot.
Mars have announced that they are trialling the no bounty tubs of celebration.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace. If they touch
I will! People are so angry about this. I mean, did you see this tweet? If you eat bounty, you're a nonce. Like, proper noncy vibes. Going for one of those out of the tub, out of all them chocolates? Nonce. Take that, Lorraine. I love it. The planet's dying, Putin's destroying Ukraine, and people are like, finally, we're talking about things that matter. Bounties are for pedos. No Skittles, I will not taste the rainbow! Not that it's the maddest story knocking around. Look at this.
Now, it seems dogs can sense when human beings are feeling stressed just from their sense of smell.
Dogs can smell our psychological state. What, are they like therapists? Just...
You don't get on with your mum. Oh, you need real help. You need some cognitive behavioural therapy. That'll get to the root of the... Squirrel!
It's mental, man. Mind you, it would definitely explain why this poor sod looks so depressed. Look at the poor dog's eyes. He looks absolutely broken. Well, that's the show. And it's time for Playground Politics. With the US midterms happening this week, I thought I'd ask the kids what they thought about America.
Do you think America is the best country in the world?
So, like, I don't know. Like, maybe, because, like, no, because, like, so, like, we get...
Sorry. What's the biggest difference between America and Britain?
The languages. Can I have a bottle of soda? Can I have a bottle of water?
Bottle of water, innit?
Can I have a bottle of water? That's a bottle of water.
Yeah, trash. I'm gonna chuck this thing in the trash.
Trash? What is trash? It just sounds like...
It's a big...
Americans, they always say, oh, I got $50 here.
It's a very good American accent. I like that. We say potato, they say...
Potato.
They say potato.
What? I love America because they're mental off the head like me.
That's their catchphrase. We're mental off our head like George. What's the biggest difference between America and the UK?
America don't have kettles, they don't have radiators. We don't have switches for plugs, so the plugs are always on.
Very good answers. Do you know who the American president is?
Oh, my little brother's absolutely obsessed with him.
Is
he has a picture of him stuffed into the books right next to his bed.
What the?
And then, like, in the middle of the night, he just takes it out and he's like, hi, Joe Biden.
What? Your brother, how old is your brother?
4.
Wow.
When he got elected,
Yeah, when your brother was 2, yeah.
he was, like, really happy.
Yeah, he was just like this guy. And age 2, you know, he was fed up with the tyranny. The last 2 years he'd had of Trump, he was ready for change.
Yeah, Joe Biden, you look so nice!
Exactly.
One, he's a bold maniac. He's more bold than you? Yeah. That's saying something.
So Joe Biden's a bold maniac?
Yeah. And don't judge bold people.
Yeah.
But Grandad's Baz is bold. We don't offend him, like, or anything.
Yeah.
We just call him bold but tied to a Baz.
Yeah.
He throws these sticky things he pop on his head and he just goes like that and then they don't come off.
I mean, you say you don't offend him, but you call him Mr. Potato Head and you're sticking stuff on his head so he looks like a unicorn. Do you think Joe Biden is too old to be in charge of America?
Nope, I don't. But you can't be 99 or 100.
Do you think I'm an old person?
No.
How old do you think I am?
55.
55? Flippin' heck. What do you think about Trump coming back as president?
I don't want him to come back because he's orange.
No.
You don't like him because he's orange?
He's orange, he has yellow hair. He speaks really weirdly.
I mean, you sound like you're describing a lot of people from Essex.
I don't like Donald Trump as well. I don't like Donald Trump. I like him the same as Boris Johnson, which is not very much.
Have you been to America?
No.
Would you like to go?
Not really.
Where would you like to go? You could go anywhere. I'll fly you anywhere tomorrow. Where would you like to go?
I would like to stay in the UK.
OK. Cornwall?
No, in Liverpool.
So, OK, so I can give you anywhere in the world, you're staying in Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, talking of playground politics, last week we had Greta Thunberg on the show. And when we were talking to the kids, she mentioned a term I'd never heard of.
Everything doesn't end up recycled. Some of it are being burned for energy. I mean, sometimes people just say something because it sounds nice. It's called greenwashing.
So, what is greenwashing? It's like when companies such as H&M make bold environmental claims like this.
Where some see waste, we see potential. Just imagine a world where a dress can have a positive impact on a planet.
Like when you think you're wearing white, but you're really wearing orange.
Let's wear the waste.
We're so kind. We're saving the planet. And the truth is, H&M is one of fashion's biggest polluters. In fact, their clothing made from sustainable materials were actually found to contain a higher share of damaging synthetic materials than its main line. Basically, greenwashing is when companies pretend to be environmental when they're not. It's like when people go on Tinder with a recent photo and you're like, you stood next to Michael Jackson and he's alive and black. It's not just H&M. ASOS, Boohoo and Asda have been investigated over greenwashing. Not only has ASOS got dodgy ethics, they also sell some pointless wank. A belt made from another pair of trousers. Lampshade socks for your ankles. And a jacket if just your shoulders are hot. Even packaging itself is greenwashing. You know the recycling logo you get on plastic? That's not a recycling logo. It's just an ID code designed to look like one. So again, looks friendly, actually evil. It would be like, instead of like the Pringles can looking like this, it looked like this. You see this? It would be like, I'm not saying that's what it is. The thing is, you see these eco buzzwords stuck in everything you buy. Do you know what I mean? Words like sustainable, ethical, eco-friendly, conscious. But it's bollocks. Just because you put a sticker on something doesn't mean it's true. Or Liz Truss will be walking around like this. It even happened at the climate conference this week. COP27 names Coca-Cola as top sponsor. Like, how are Coke sponsoring COP? It was revealed that they used 3 million tonnes of plastic packaging in 1 year. To put that into perspective, that's nearly as much plastic as you'll find in the cast of Towie. And in 2020, Coca-Cola refused to abandon plastic bottles because they said they were popular with customers. So's heroin. It doesn't make it right. Popular things can be bad for the world. Cigarettes, Twitter, The One Show. It's so frustrating. Because most people want to help. Did you know 73% of UK consumers want to be more sustainable? It's definitely important to this guy. Save the bees, plant more trees, clean the seas, titties. I tell you what, I would love it if he wrote nature documentaries.
Polar bears need help. I can hear them yelp. Blowjobs.
But it's not just brands being hypocritical, it's celebrities too. I mean, take the Kardashians. Listen to Kris Jenner talking about her plant-based cleaning product.
We should create a line of super effective cleaning products, plant-based, that are safe enough for the entire family, and we can even use them to wash our hands.
It needs to be made from plants, and only plants. But if you look closely at the promo picture, you'll notice a massive slab of meat.
Also, let's not muck around. That kitchen's a fucking state. Has she ever cooked spaghetti before? Looks like she's boiled Boris Johnson's head. Her daughter Kylie isn't any better. Kylie Jenner criticised over her 3-minute flight on a private jet. Luckily, she was flying from Gatwick, and it took 4 hours to get her luggage. Kim is the worst. The packaging of her Skims brand proudly declared that I am not plastic. But according to an investigation, it's plastic. It's as plastic as her ass, her mum's face, or Caitlyn's tits. And they are plastic. And he was so scared then. You're like, yeah, it's fine. And where does all this plastic end up? In the sea. And that's bad, because of stories like this. Tiny turtle pooed pure plastic for 6 days after rescue from Sydney Beach. And if you look at his face, you can really feel his pain. Fucking bags for life, mate. I feel for him, because any brand that lies about its eco-credentials should be forced to have that guy's face on the front of their packaging. And he should be wearing this. Turtles Inc. plastic. It's not fantastic. Titties! Welcome back to the final part of the show, and it's time for some brilliant stand-up. Please welcome to the stage the wonderful Kiri Pritchard-McLean!
My name is Kiri Pritchard-McLean. I've come all the way from Wales to do this gig. That was patronising. But I shall take it. Yeah, I've moved back to Wales. That's where I'm from. In fact, I'm doing so well, I got asked back to my old high school the other day. A lot of you are as disinterested as they were. Yeah, I got asked back so I could hand out some certificates. And at first I was like, why are they asking me? And then I remembered everyone else is dead or sad. So... And as soon as I walked into the assembly hall, I was hit by this memory, and it was a memory of when we had to learn about contraception, right? And they brought us into the assembly hall, and it was the lesson where they teach you how to put a Johnny on, a banana or a cucumber. But in my school, they didn't use a banana or a cucumber. They used what I can only describe as a massive veiny dildo. Huge it was. I still remember the noise it made as she put it on the table. It was like, poof. Terrifying. Do you know what, as well? This is what's weird about it. Had a bit of movement to it. That's not normal, is it? Like those things outside car washes. I don't know if you've ever seen a cock buffet in a breeze, but it's really quite something. Now, our form class, this is a rough school we're in, right? But our form class, we're about 13, 14 years of age, and I now know, looking back, we were all virgins, right? Terrified. But we didn't know that at the time. Because in my school, it was a very rough school. Being a virgin is one of the worst things that you could be. I remember being 12 years old, and one of the older kids said to me, "Are you a virgin, yeah?" And I panicked and went, "No, I've been fucked in every hole." Like, that's normal! Call the police! What's going on at home? So we're all freaking out, all scared. And I just remember us sat around in a circle around this obelisk as it cast a shadow over our faces. Now, I'm going to be quite heteronormative here, because that is also the age that I was raised in, right? So we're all sat around it, and the girls are looking at it like, not even if I took a run-up. And the lads, how do you think those lads were feeling? 13-year-old boys. Can you think of an age where you're more insecure about the size of your penis than a 13-year-old boy? They've gone full wobbly chin. They're like... Mine doesn't look like that. Of course it doesn't, babe. That's a prop from Tremors. It won't. Oh, my God, it was awful. It was so tense. And I start freaking out because I got bullied quite a lot in secondary school. Obviously, why else would I be here, right? And so I thought, oh, no, I'm going to get bullied. This is another thing I'm going to get bullied for. They're going to find out I'm a virgin. I'm going to get bullied for that. So I was like, why? I came up with a little plan in my 14-year-old head. And you know what? I'm not going to get bullied for being a virgin because no one's going to tell that I'm a virgin because I'm going to ask to go first. Well, I wish you were there at the time. So the teacher goes, right then, who wants to go first? I was like, I'll go first, miss. And I snatched the condom from her hand. I keep playing it over and over in my head. And I keep thinking, hold on, why didn't we have a banana or a cucumber? Why do we have a massive veiny dildo? Because every other school in the county had a banana or a cucumber. We're the only school that had a massive veiny dildo. And the only thing that I can think is we were the roughest school in the area. And I think they thought, you know what, it's going to take longer to explain to these kids what fruit and veg is. Give them a big veiny dildo. They might be book smart on that. They've clearly got a rough attitude at Snide and Summers parties, haven't they? Sharon's here with the clit destroyers. So I was like, right, it's my turn to do it. So I snatched this condom. Now, the first thing I did, right, not knowing what I was doing, the first thing I did is rip it open with my teeth. I'm like a pirate with a coin. Panicking, don't know what I'm doing. So I put the Johnny in this hand, right? I know I've got to get it on the end of that, but I don't know how. So I just panic and just grab it and like Crocodile Dundee it to the ground. Wrestling it. I whack it on over the top and then that's it. That's as far as my knowledge goes. So I just start panicking and going at it like it's close hand magic, right? Just burn rubber. I've seen a pit crew, just go for it, right? Flapping my hands everywhere, thinking this is the most confident thing anyone's ever seen, right? And very naturally it starts rolling down, so I was like, brilliant, starts rolling. And I'm rolling it down, I probably get about 2-3 inches down, just over the tip. Well done. And I feel a tap on my shoulder, right? And it's the woman running the course, and she went, Kiri, I am going to stop you there just because you are scaring all the boys. Absolutely true. I look up at the 15 lads in my form class, sheet white there. Up until that exact moment, they had been dying to lose their virginity. And now they're like, I don't want to do it. I'm going to get my willy ripped off. I felt so guilty about this for years and years, to the point where last Christmas I got absolutely hammered and I looked up all the boys in my form class on Facebook to see what they're doing now. Guys, it's absolutely fine. They're all gay. Yeah, which is my preferred scenario for every man I meet, so there we go. You have been so, so lovely. Thank you so much for having me. Cheers!
Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Kiri Pritchard-McLean! Finally tonight, it's time for good deeds. Now, earlier this year, thousands of Ukrainians fled their country as it came under attack. Since then, there's been countless stories of human kindness and compassion. Stories like this.
Bus station, yes. A bus park, нет. Bus stop? Da. I'm Alisa, and I offer free English lessons to Ukrainian refugees. Правильно. Where? You. I was born in Kiev. When I was 10, we moved to London, and I went to primary and secondary school there. After university, I decided to do a certificate for teaching English to speakers of other languages. When the war broke out on 24th of February, it felt very surreal. I was crying every day. I was thinking about some of my childhood memories, my kindergarten, my first friends, and I was too scared to imagine it being ruined. Most of us wanted to help one way or another, but I thought, well, what is the skill that I have? I can teach English, and I also speak Ukrainian and Russian. It grew so much that we now have to rent a space in the local school. В колонке А написаны verbs. Что такое verbs? We have 2 classes, super beginner and elementary. All our teachers speak Ukrainian and Russian. Мы будем говорить то, что в А. Some of my students were sent to these courses where all the teachers speak English. They didn't understand anything, so they were left feeling stupid and so on, which added another layer to emotional damage after what they'd been through.
Мені 28 років, я із України і з міста Києва. Цих півроку життя змінюється. На даний момент вже краще, я трішечки стабілізувалася, мій стан психологічний стабілізувався. Тому, спілкуючись з українцями, ми начебто обмінюємось досвідом.
My stepdad Michael, he came a few times and the students really liked him.
Are you ready? Okay, just one object. I've been a primary school teacher for over 30 years, and I used to live in Ukraine. I try to incorporate that fun parts of the lessons which I teach with kids, as well as the academic parts. Fantastic! Round of applause!
Також мені дуже подобається викладач Аліса. Вона мені подобається тим, що вона має не вчительський підхід виконання своїх обов'язків, а дружній. Тобто навіть після уроків ми можемо просто продовжити заняття у барі. Мені було все нове, мені було дуже цікаво спостерігати за тим, як багато британців п'ють пиво. Ось, тому що я думала, що це буде чай з молоком.
We run only on people's donations. We are just relying on GoFundMe. So as long as it gives something to people, we'll keep on going.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much for watching the show. Good night, my friends. Good night.